Hi there, and welcome to this episode of Consciousness Motherfucking Empowerment. Here we talk about consciousness, spiritual laws, wisdom, and how to reach your fucking dreams. A lot of times we're focusing on the outside. That's why our manifestations don't happen. We're focused on the outside and we let the outside determine how we think and feel. Viktor Frankl, a psychologist who was in a concentration camp, and when the Nazis captured him, and they're gonna kill him just because he's Jewish, right? That's what World War II was about. You know, Germany trying to take over the world, and at first attacking Jewish people in the Jewish community. He said that facing imminent death, he realized that human consciousness has the freedom to choose how to think and feel. Between stimulus and response, right? You need to have a response to something. A lot of times animals, they live on that, just like response, stimulus, response, right? And but humans, we have a more developed consciousness and intelligence. All living things are intelligent, but our consciousness and intelligence a little more developed, so we can decide. We have the freedom to choose, okay? Between stimulus and the response, we have the freedom to choose. Now, going to manifestation and creating our dream life goes back to reclaiming our power or recognizing that we have this power. Dr. Stephen Covey, Harvard graduate at Brigham Young, professor, I don't know if he's still a professor, but he was a professor there at Brigham Young University, wrote the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. The first habit is being proactive, meaning you control what you can control. And you're centered, or you get your validation from these habits. Being proactive, okay? In other words, being independent. And then being interdependent, working as a whole in harmony with love. All of this goes back to love, because when you love yourself, you're not going to harm yourself and live in pain. That's what Viktor did. Okay, Viktor Frankl did that. He said, I'm going to love myself. I'm not going to be in fear. I'm going to love me. I'm going to love my consciousness, because right now my body is entrapped in this concentration camp and it's facing death. So I'm going to enjoy my moments. And you do that through different ways. One, being proactive, getting validation from that understanding that you get validation from your mind, from controlling the way you think and feel. So you don't get validation from outside. You don't get a sense of a worthiness and value from things outside. You do it within you by being grateful, by looking at the positive. Look at the positive things in your life. Maybe past memories. What are some good things of your past memories? All right, those will get you in a good mood. And then you go out to life in a positive mood. Now, switching frames from, the Viktor Frankl type of frame where there's something negative going on and we choose to be happy. Now, let's create a state, all right? Let's manifest something into our life. Viktor Frankl and I myself did that. When I was incarcerated, I saw myself in college and saw myself happy and successful. Because why would I visualize something unsuccessful? Because I was already in an unsuccessful place. That's why being in a very horrible place is sometimes good, because you have no choice but to use your imagination. Okay, Neville Goddard says the human imagination, consciousness, is God. Okay, that's who you are. That's who you truly are. Okay, but I don't want to go too deep into that, but that's who you truly are. You're not this body. You're this consciousness that can think, can use these tools to think and create your own physical reality. You can create your own inner reality by the way we just said. Self-validation, choosing. Despite the circumstance, I choose to be happy and grateful. And I'm grateful for X, Y, Z. I'm choosing to be happy and just smile, because I have this power. I have this habit of being self-validated, or you could call it being proactive. Controlling on what you can control. That makes you happy. Understanding that makes you happy, literally. And that's self-validation. So these are all terms that we need to understand and come to consciousness with, awareness with. So I say them over and over again in my mind a lot of times just to get them, repetition. So let's focus on what we can create. What do we want to manifest? So fuck the circumstance. You might be living a good circumstance right now. So you focus on a circumstance that you want to create. Okay. Regardless of what your circumstance looks like right now, you visualize it and you assume it. Assume it's to take it. Okay. Okay, look up the definition, assume. It just means to obtain the quality of, to take. Okay. That's why in the military they say, assume the position. So you take a certain position. So you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. In your imagination, you assume it. Okay. You assume the state and assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. That's how you manifest. Thought, feeling, and then the result comes. The action comes and the result comes. Okay, that's all physical. Thought, feeling, result. And when you do thought, feeling, result all over and over again, it becomes a habit, just like self-validation, just like manifesting your dream life. Manifest one thing, you start manifesting other things more and 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 more. But you got to remember that you have this power. You have consciousness. You have awareness. And between stimulus and response, awareness, your human imagination, your awareness can decide how to respond. You can let it control you or you can be in control. That's being centered in a principle that cannot change. The principle of proactiveness, okay? The principle of inner joy, of inner autonomy, inner happiness. Always going back to that and making sure you're doing things with love. Because when you have that love, that is love essentially. Because you give love to yourself and you give yourself joy and paradise on earth. And then you could do that in harmony with the work that you do with everybody else in society and your community and the nation and the world and the universe. So what is it that you want? Love, wealth, health, maybe happiness? I think happiness is the most easiest one because you just assume that I choose to be happy and then you make it habitual. You make these practices habitual, these happiness practices habitual, the self-validation ones, okay? A lot of times, people who are not self-validated are getting happiness from the outside versus the inside. Be it church, home, family, pets, girlfriends, status, and things like that. That's why people suicide themselves because they have their happiness out there versus here. You've hit that point of being self-validated or proactive is when everything can be taken away from you and you can be still happy and put a big smile on your fucking face. All right. So that's detachment. So that's how you can detach from your manifestation. Okay. See it, visualize it, feel it, and then let go of the circumstance. Let go. Just move towards it. And when you see the sprouting of the seed, take that action. Take that step. Enjoy and cheerfulness. Okay. So you're not attached to it. Needy. Okay. I hope you like this one. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notifications button. Click below to join my school community. That's where I'll be posting every day nuggets that I learned, and you're highly recommended, if not required, to post on there. Right now, it's completely free what you've learned. So we're gonna be talking about the topics that we talk here about: spirituality, consciousness, wisdom, fitness, and reaching your dreams. Okay, reaching your goals. Dreams are just thoughts that we can turn into goals when we make a committed decision. All right. So click below. It's free for now. Then later on, it's going to be a paid platform where I have courses as well. I'm going to have different courses and I'll lay out the foundations for that. And in the meantime, I love you. Till next time, peace.